In Hamilton, 88% of citizens give to charities, 10 points higher than the national average. Chances are many of your clients already support their favorite charities and might well be interested in exploring the personal and financial benefits of a planned gift if they were asked. While this makes sense, many professional advisors say they have trouble raising the issue of charitable giving. We're here to help you. In the next few minutes, we'll take you through the 4 main steps in asking the giving question. You'll learn practical tips to make you comfortable and deliver this important aspect of a full-service approach to your clients. Your greatest opportunities to help your clients reap the benefits of giving occur when they are making major business, personal, and financial decisions such as estate planning, writing or revising a will, selling a business or other major asset, and at times of financial windfall such as an inheritance, a merger, or acquisition. No matter what the scenario, there are 4 steps that a professional advisor can follow related to charitable giving. 1. Opening the discussion. 2. Exploring your client's interest and values about philanthropy. 3. Finding the options that best match your client's personal and financial goals. And 4. Keeping the discussion going. Let's take a look at a typical scenario.
You just sold your business and it's taken a few months to get to this point, but what are you going to do now?
Well, Paul, that's why we're here to see you again today, right? Because we're a little uncertain around that. It's the first time we've sold a business and we're wondering, how much money is enough.
Well, you remember when we first started this process that we did go through some calculations and we got to the point where we felt you guys would be comfortable with what we could get from selling the business and, would have some extra to do some things you'd like to do. So, what are some of the things you'd like to do now?
Yeah, we've given some thought to that and we've got a plan and we know how we're going to spend our time. It's, we've thought about our kids and got some travel plans but I guess it comes down to, like everybody else, how much is enough and what do you do with it and how much do you not give for taxes?
Sure. So you want to do all that stuff, and now that you've sold the business and you have some time, you do want to be able to enjoy life a little bit and do some other things. I did notice from your tax returns that you have given some money to charities in the past, and maybe once you're done the traveling and have that, you might want to be looking for some other things to do or some other ways you can help out the community as you've done in the past.
So how would we go about doing that? Like, what would be some of our options in terms of continuing to give to charity?
There's quite a number of ways. You can just continue to do what you're doing, which is just give to some charities here and there. We find a lot of people prefer to sort of put their money together now and make one bigger gift. Certainly this year, when you've got the gain on selling the business, there's some incentive to be able to do a donation and get the tax receipt and reduce your taxes. Some people like to use foundations because you can give all the money in the current year and then you get the tax receipt in the current year, but you can maintain some control so that you can give it out over a longer period of time.
Sure.
So what might be the next steps around that?
Well, I think at this point you guys should, take some time and think about, what are the causes you want to support and maybe what type of a time frame and how much. And then we can come back and put a plan together the same way as we did when you were going through selling your business.
Right, okay. Well, that makes sense, Gordon, doesn't it?
Yep. No, that sounds like a good idea.
That's great. Thank you.
Like other areas of life planning, making decisions about charitable giving takes place over time and many discussions. You can see in this scenario how the advisor followed the 4 steps to raising the topic. He started the discussion with an open-ended question, explored his client's values, questions, and concerns, presented options that align with their current personal and financial situation, as well as their past practices, and ensured that there would be further discussion in the future. Retirement planning provides another prime opportunity for professional advisors to discuss charitable giving with their clients. Some clients will raise this as part of their personal planning, however, many don't. Take this couple, for example.
So we've talked about your assets, and you're clearly very well organized. You have a good financial plan. You're very well situate to really provide an opportunity to pass on a significant legacy to your children. We've talked about your adult children and the fact that your two children are themselves very successful and have independent careers and are themselves so well established. What I'd like to explore with you now are your intentions for your estate plan, and more specifically to discuss with you whether you've ever thought about the possibility of giving to your community as part of your personal planning. In other words, have you ever explored the possibility of charitable giving?
Well, no, we really haven't. And of course, our question is, why would we want to give less to our children?
And that's a fair question. Obviously, parents want to be primarily focused on their children and ensuring that their children receive the bulk of their legacy. When we do some of the planning from a tax perspective and in other ways, in the end, your children may end up with the same net amount given the tax implications of giving to charities. What I'd like to explore with you now is what has been important to you in terms of your community and what has been your pattern of giving in the community.
Well, we give to 3 or 4 charities.
Yeah, and people ask for support for a charity run or that kind of thing. We're always happy to do that.
Mm-hmm. And we always support the grandchildren in every skip-a-thon, read-a-thon for literacy, all those activities at school. Mm-hmm. Anybody who comes to our door, we support.
Perhaps we ought to explore the possibility of maybe giving to something like the Community Foundation, which is a broad-based organization that looks at these important issues in our community and addresses them and is really responsive to the needs of the community over time.
But I think we should talk to the children about this too, because they're part of our plan, and they might want to join in and certainly follow through on it in the future after we're gone.
That's a wonderful idea. Some parents are very private. They don't want to have those discussions with their children, but it sounds like you two are willing and able and wanting to have that conversation with your children. So by all means, I think it's a great idea. The more you involve them, the better.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
Charitable giving can be an option for younger clients as well. Let's have a look.
Hi, Matt. How are you?
I'm doing very well, Sarah. Business is going good, and I actually brought by another check for you today.
Great. Well, that's good to hear. I know you wanted to come in today specifically to talk about cash flow and some of the excess cash that's been accumulating in your accounts. Mm-hmm. This is money that you might want to look at allocating to another area of your life, and I know a big part of that is volunteering. What are you currently doing in terms of donations or just to supplement what you do with your volunteer work?
Well, I've been doing a little bit of work in the community, doing some volunteering with some after-school programs, and wanted to look at maybe some options around that. I just wanted to find something that might have a little bit more meaning.
One area that you might want to consider looking at are community foundations. They're a nice complement to what you do annually in terms of your regular donations to charities in the community. And so that might be something that you perhaps haven't considered in the past.
I mean, that sounds fine right now, but what if the economy tanks in 5 years? I don't know that I'd be able to give to the same extent that a foundation might require.
Right, and as you know, we don't know what's going to happen down the road. What's really nice about this type of philanthropy, if you start to do that, is it's extremely flexible. Every year you can decide to the extent that you want to give, and in some years you may not want to give at all because of other personal obligations or how your business is doing.
Okay, so on a personal side, I'm single. What happens if I want to get married or have kids?
So obviously, given your age now, there's a lot of lifetime events that will occur over the next 30 to 50 years in your life. And that's another advantage, that you can not only tailor the giving that you're doing to your interests and how those evolve, but you can incorporate family changes. Later on, when you have children, you could also involve them in your giving. So it's something that can evolve with you over time and your family.
Excellent. Thank you.
No matter what your client's age and stage, it is always important to remember that giving is personal. Professional advisors are key to raising the topic and finding the right option for their clients. Think of 4 steps. Opening the discussion. Exploring your client's interest and values about philanthropy. Finding the option that best matches your client's personal and financial goals. Keep the door open. Talk about next steps. Keep the discussion going. It's not a one-time topic. Hamilton Community Foundation is a resource to help you. Call or visit the advisors page of our website. Charitable giving benefits both the community and the people who give.